Within the week in the Punch newspaper, I read about two different cases of ritual killing in Nigeria, one in Jos and the other one in Delta State. And this trend of ritual killing in the country is very worrisome, particularly to me. Worrisome to me, maybe because of the kind of conscience that I have. The kind of conscience I have is such that if I commit a certain wrongdoing, I would deeply regret it in my quiet moment. Something as little as talking to you in a bad manner. I mean, if I talk to you in a manner that is bad, in my quiet moment, my conscience would prick me over it and I will nurse an apology for you in my heart. I may not express such an apology to you, but it is there in my heart. That is me as a human being. You know, conscience is a natural property of every human being. How then would a human being have the audacity and the strongness of heart to butcher his fellow human being? I mean, to pluck out organs from the body of his fellow human being using a knife. How how would a human being have such audacity, such strongness of heart? What if you are the one that is butchered in such a gruesome manner? What if you are the one that such a thing is done to? Before you do anything to your fellow human being, do well to imagine you in the position of that person. Imagine you are the one that such a thing is done to. Imagine how it will look like. Imagine how you would feel. I mean, the golden rule, the golden rule of life, should be followed in our actions towards our fellow human beings. And we should disabuse our minds from superstition. I am a strong believer in providence, but I do not subscribe to superstition. I mean, how the blood or the body parts of my fellow human being can play a role in my prosperity is completely illogical to me. Completely illogical to me. There is no logic in it at all for me. Assuming, let's even assume that it can play a role in your prosperity. I mean, the blood or the body or any part of the body of your fellow human being. You should realize that the person you want to butcher deserves to live and prosper as much as you do. I mean, so let's do well to respect the golden rule of life, in our actions. Do unto others as you would that others do unto you. Respecting this golden rule would make the world a better place for all of us. The other person, I mean, the person you want to kill, the person you want to butcher, deserves to live and prosper as much as you do, you know. In the case of the young man in Jos, I mean, the young man that killed his girlfriend for ritual purpose in Jos, the young man is just 20, according to the news report. So I wonder what would fuel such a desperation for wealth, for overnight wealth at such an age, at 20 years of age. Yes, wealth is desirable, very much desirable. I mean, it is not a bad thing to desire prosperity in life. It is not a bad thing to desire wealth. It is not a bad thing to desire to be wealthy. In fact, it is even a good thing. It is a good thing to desire to, be prosperous and wealthy in life. But the thing is, it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time and patience, and it will get to your turn. When I was in final year many years ago in the university, there was a day some of my junior colleagues met me in the library building, the ones that were in year one then when I was in final year, you know. So as I was interacting with them, they expressed the wish that they were already at my level. Then they wished that they were already in final year. They wished that they were already at the level where they would soon get away from the system, uh, because of the stress of the academic process. They had already started, feeling the harshness of the stress of the academic process. And so they were already wishing that they were in final year already, then. And I told them, it will get to your turn. Surely it will get to your turn. It's a matter of time. It will get to your turn. And today it has gotten to their turn. In fact, it has gotten past their turn. They are the ones that just graduated from the university late last year. So it has gotten to their turn. Then, many years ago, some years ago, it seemed as if the journey was still very far. But today, it has gotten to their turn. So that is it. It is natural that it will get to your turn. So there is no need for too much desperation. There is no need for too much desperation. Just take it easy. It will surely get to your turn. Of a truth, it is not easy, especially in a society like Nigeria. Nothing is easy in life. Nothing is easy, yet nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible if you are determined and you have the right strategy. Emphasis on the right strategy. In the liberal ideology to which I belong, there is an assumption that man is at liberty to do everything that does not harm another man. So let's do well to pursue our ambition in any way that does not pose harm, in any way that does not constitute any harm to other human beings. God will bless us. God will give us the grace, to become rich and prosperous, even at a reasonable young age. God will give us such a grace to enjoy good wealth. Good wealth. Thank you. Greetings to you. Kingsley Onwuka is my name.